What is up, everybody? This is Mark the Mike. This is another The Wrestling Babble podcast by Wrestling Inc. I am Mark the Mike. I'm joined by my tag partner, Louis Beans.
What is up? What is up?
And we got a lot of wrestling. Not as much as last week, but it's still a lot because AEW is doing they're combining Dynamite and Collision on one day because of the NBA Finals. So that just makes the shows feel super long, and there's some good stuff out of it, but there's also a lot of they're doing a lot of the New Japan 6-man random tag teams, and I'm getting tired of it. But anyway, um, but we got a lot of things to cover. So first, we got our wrestling retrospect, and I went with Mr. Iguana. He's a interesting wrestler, but I'll put my first match up, and it is there's a chance you picked this one, but I'll see if you did or not. But I'll go with this one first then. All right, so I went for a one-on-one match first. This was with the girl that he's the intergender tag champ with now was the referee. This is Mr. Iguana versus Puma King. This was on Lucha Campita, which is their regular show. It shows on Telemundo if you actually want to see it live. I think it shows Saturday mornings or something like that. This is part of AAA Lucha Libre, and they beat the iguana with a sock up with socks, like the quarter socks. And this was I think it was a lumberjack match because there's a lot of people hanging out outside the ring. So yes, it was a lumberjack match with yeah, they have they were just whooping them and anything. But it was a fun match. But anytime they got out, they got whooped with like a stick, and whooped the iguana with the stick as well, which is messed up. But they were all trying to fight back when they got out the ring. But the offensive stuff was fun, but there was a lot of interference, a lot of going back and forth, and then chaos started happening outside the ring. Um, and then while the chaos was happening outside the ring, Mr. Iguana was a sneaky with a sneaky pin and takes the win. And they're just all hitting each other with belts. There you go.
Uh,
But
the was that AAA or is that something
yeah,
different?
AAA, yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
This one I have is Mr. Iguana versus Ninja Junior at Coliseo Monterey.
Okay.
This is I think August 25th, 2019. This one, uh, so this one doesn't look like it's in AAA. It's on Dasu New
Okay.
Fedora TV. If you want to check it out on YouTube, I might have to link you that.
Okay.
I know, I'm sure I butchered that pronunciation. This one is not exactly the most chaotic, like the ones we saw,
Yeah.
but it's pretty straightforward one-on-one, no interference or anything. But they do brawl into the crowd, like they go up on the ramp. They have like the New Japan ramp to the ring,
Yeah.
so stuff they do on there. The one cool thing you see a lot of Iguana do is like besides the trickery with the Iguana, he has a bunch of different like submissions he does with Ninja.
Okay.
Ninja's actually pretty good, but he's his character wise. I don't know if Mr. Iguana is good or bad, but he is just Ninja is mean. Like he just disrespects him at every turn. Slaps the iguana around. Like is he look iguana goes to shake his hand and Ninja kicks his hand. So I don't know if they got beef,
Yeah.
but this one it kind of seemed like they don't like each other. There's one part where Mr. Iguana throws the iguana over Ninja's head at the ref and tries to distract him, and it doesn't work. So it's again it tries to get there, but it never really gets chaotic. And it looks like he Ninja does like a jackhammer as a finisher, which is
Okay.
cool too, because Mr. Iguana is like he's light, so you can really get in there with him. So
Yeah.
it's nasty.
My next one is, I guess, is the Battle of Animal Mask. This was on WrestleCon in New York City. I think this was during the last WrestleMania here. So this was like 2023, 22. Anyway, or during a time wrestling event here. But this was WrestleCon. This match is Black Taurus versus Mr. Iguana versus the Green Ant versus Puma King versus Shark Boy versus Ultimo Dragon, and we brought back the if they ever fought Ultimo Dragon, and he did. Um, this was a weird offensive match, and there was some like lizard buddy with Iguana and Ultimo Dragon that they line up helping each other out for him to get the win. Um, but this was just a silly match, and there was just a lot of chaos in it. He did not have the puppet in this match, but Mr. Iguana again distracted Shark Boy, and Ultimo Dragon got the win for this match. Um, their their back and forth with him, Ultimo Dragon and Mr. Iguana was kind of like character work and stuff because again he's a dragon and he's an iguana and they try to help each other, so that was fun. This
Okay.
yeah
Oh, yeah.
yeah I'm done.
That was and that was indie, right? That wasn't AAA,
Yeah, it
right?
was WrestleCon.
Okay. Okay. The second one I told you about is a pandemic match. So this was March 19, 2021. It is Mr. Iguana versus Black Taurus. If you want to see it, it is on Destros del Luchador LLC on YouTube. This one is kind of cool. It's and they're doing a commentary like they did the whole damn thing, which is like, man, pandemic people was scrambling, they was
Yeah.
hustling. So I give nothing but respect to people who wrestled during the pandemic. They have like the parked cars outside around the ring. It almost reminds me of Street Fighter, like the way people are in front of their cars, just cheering on the wrestlers and
Did
stuff.
you ever seen the Eddie Guerrero John Cena parking lot brawl?
Only clips. I never
Okay,
actually seen the match.
that's what it kind of reminds me of too, or Lionheart that you were talking about the other day.
Well, there was no ring, but yes, like
Yeah,
Lionheart was like the John Cena, Eddie Guerrero.
yeah,
Yep. This one, obviously, you have the bull versus the iguana. The fans know who both of them are, so they're behind both of them. But the thing that I like here is that Mr. Iguana does not like pain.
yes.
Because you can hear him clearly. So everything that Toros does to him, he's like, he has this funny of screaming every time he gets caught. He starts asking the crowd for help and stuff. And then, like, midway through the match, they're like outside, they're going in people's cars. There's one where Mystique Connor tries to get away and like gets in the car. And there's a woman in there. And she's like, get out. And then she throws him out. And then like the dude just comes and is like, what the fuck? And it's like it's the level of crowd participation here is really funny.
Yeah.
Like you would like this one. Unfortunately, Mr. Iguana does not win the match. I don't know what his finish is called. It's like just a combo of stuff, and it's
Yeah.
disgusting. Like there's this backbreaker he does where he holds him around his shoulders,
Yeah.
then he flips him. He drapes him over his head onto his knee, and you see like Mr. Iguana just bend in half, and it's like Jesus Christ. So then he does another powerbomb into the and MJF does this the
Yeah.
powerbomb on the knee,
Okay.
and then he spears him. So Mr. Iguana is just proper dead. So it's over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Black Taurus is your winner.
All right. Cool. My last one is when him and this chick won the championships they got. This was part of Triple A Champions, which was a special they had. This is her name is Jessica Havoc, right? The this chick's old tag partner.
I believe so. Who you
Yeah.
mean? Rosemary?
Rosemary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. It's her and Crazy Steve versus Mr. Iguana and Hedra. Hedra,
Oh,
I
okay.
think. Yeah, and I think Crazy Steve and Havoc were the champions at the point. Mr. Iguana and her fought. Um, she's the one that actually gets the pin on the match because Crazy Steve gets punched by Miss Havoc or Jessica Havoc. Mr. Iguana kicks her in the knee, headbutts her from the cross, like he does a crossbody headbutt, and then she does a code breaker to get the win, and they get the championship. Um, there was some sloppy stuff in this match. It was just more that winning the title was like the reason why I picked it. There was like a really bad missed DDT, but it improved itself and they caught up with each other and stuff. But other than that, it was a fun match, and they won the championships in this one. It was a fun. It was cool to see them.
Okay. And the last one I have is okay. This is a long one. Los Chachanilas. Wow.
Okay,
Does that mean something? Chachanilas.
I have to see the word.
Cacha. Oh, I have to send it to you. Yeah, I can't just say it.
CHAR.
No, Cachanilas.
Chanchila.
Yeah.
It's like a cactus.
Oh, okay. But all right, they're the bad guys then.
Chanchila used to.
No N, no N.
It's like a. Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's like a.
Okay.
Yeah, but chanchila. That's what it is.
All right.
It's a plant.
Versus Mini Vikingo, which is interesting.
Which I
Mini,
think was Vikingo, just young.
really?
Yeah.
No.
No.
This was a match from last year.
Okay. Because I remember he
No, not
did.
2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Okay, because he did a midget match when he was a kid.
No. So it's not Mini. It is the kid.
Okay,
It's
cool.
um Mr. Iguana, and this person I've heard, and I need WWE to have him on TV at some point. This guy's name is Nino Hamburguesa. So
Oh,
what
that's
does
that
that mean?
big
Like,
dude, right?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. He is hilarious. Like he's pretty good. Um, so this match is a 6 man. Uh, it's basically just everybody showing off. Like even the
Yeah.
bad guys, like I don't know who they are, but everybody's super crisp in this match. You get to see Mini Vikingo. Just the stuff he does is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Um, but also you also see they don't care that he's a kid. They kill him at some point. It's like there's one part where all three of the opposing team are on the stage and they pick him up and launch him at the other two, and he bounces off of his partners and slams his face into the post.
Damn.
So you can see he's got like a bloody lip.
Yeah.
He's not like hurt or anything. But it's just like they don't give a damn. And then the other thing that really killed me about this match is the fact that they have this gigantic screen, bigger than any screen in professional wrestling, and all they do is run ads.
Yeah. That was in that match too. All you see is like perfume ads and shit like that.
It is killing me. I can't stand it. Like, yo, why are you not showing the match on that big screen?
Yeah.
Anyway, um,
They gotta sell them
it,
ads.
it's just this is like the Worlds Collide match, like to the level of everybody gets to shine really good, and then there's like a standout. And this one I would say is a tie between Mini Vikingo and Hamburguesa. Like Mr. Iguana's not he's the least weird person in this match.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
once we learn who he is, like oh we know that guy. So it's interesting. I think you should watch this one.
Okay.
And I believe once again they cheat. So this one, the way the bad guys win is on some Eddie Guerrero shit. Except the ref just rings the bell completely. Like so, one of the guys distracts the ref. Another one fakes getting kicked in the nuts, and he goes down, makes a loud thud, and it's against Mr. Iguana. Now, I don't know if he has a reputation of being a cheater. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But
I
the
know.
ref is like, hell no, hell no. He's upset, and he the bad guys win.
There you go.
Like it's damn. So it's a good match.
All right. That's our wrestling retrospect. We have a new person at the end of the show. We kick off our wrestling week of wrestling with Monday Night Raw. We kick off with John Cena kicks off Monday Night Raw. It goes one on one promo wise with CM Punk. He makes pretty much CM Punk go to a place that he pretty much did not want to go to, and made very bad comments towards it. I think when he was wrestling in WWE backstage, so they used that into this storyline. And the only way he could get a world title shot is by wrestling in a place that he never wanted to go.
And where's that?
In Saudi, for Night of Champions, because he said it
Okay.
was blood money.
So is he like? Because the only person I remember that didn't want to go was a K. It was KO, right?
Sammy for a while didn't go either.
Well, I know he went.
Yeah, he
That
liked
I
going.
know.
Yeah.
But it wasn't his KO. It was like the holdout.
KO refused to go at one point, but he ended up going down the road. I think
So yeah,
yeah, it
I
depends on
guess
like the
I guess the
yeah,
money is good enough.
or it's just like it has changed, like the landscape of what it was when it first started to now. It changed so much. Like again, we're getting more women matches and all that stuff, more and more like as the time goes by. So maybe the everything that has happened before has changed a lot and went to a different direction, I guess.
Yeah, and they got older and they was like, you know what?
There
The
you go.
zeros in the check look mighty good.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, they're running that into the storyline, and it's gonna be Punk versus Cena at Night of Champions. Uh, we got what was it? Okay. AJ Styles versus Chad Gable.
now, you sure that was Shaggy?
I'm just saying,
So it wasn't El Grande with his mask off? Oh,
it probably
I'm not.
was because they had the same arm,
Oh yeah,
arm
that was the
brace.
thing I saw. That was the story. The arm injury that he got from Rose Collide was bothering him, but they also mentioned that El Grande had this going into the Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
So we'll see.
we'll
Do
see.
you think they'll? Do you think they'll do a make a big deal unmasking El
I think they still I think they would, and I think he would overact it too.
Grande? I'm very curious to see what they're gonna do about that.
It would be like when Kurt Angle got shaved bald and was still wearing a wig.
All right, that's pretty good.
I think that's what will happen.
I don't know, man. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's kind of legendary.
yeah. So I think it could be similar to that. That he probably just still hide his face, even though we know who he is.
Okay, okay.
And maybe wear a different mask because he was unmasked or some shit. I don't know,
You mean
but I
like
could see
Mr.
that.
America?
Yeah, but
Uh,
very good match.
it was yes, very good match.
We got announced. We're gonna get four-way matches for participants for the Queen and King of the Ring. So we have one that was a mystery person, but it was announced on Friday who that mystery person is. But this one was the first match of those. This is Rhea Ripley versus Kairi Sane versus Roxanne Perez and versus Liv Morgan. Again, very
Great
fun
match.
match. Very good match.
Great.
Perez, sneaky little devil, wins.
I mean, again, of all the people in the match, it didn't really matter to me who won. So it was just a good ass match. That's it.
Yeah, I agree. I could have took anyone being in that tournament. So yeah, it was good, really good. We go to was there any backstage? No. Becky Lynch, and she had a promo and lost her.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it was good. And then Bailey came back and beat her ass.
I just have to give Becky her props for her promo because the way she talks, she really does sound like a disappointed mother.
Yeah.
She talks about Lyra.
Yeah.
Um, So all that talking she did, she made two people mad, and Lyra came out with the music, but Bailey came out the crowd, beat her ass,
Yeah.
threw her, threw her to Lyra, and Lyra threw her back in the ring. So she got messed up.
Yep. Yep. Bailey returns. We got a promo from Ron Killings.
The truth, then nothing but the truth.
Thought it was great, and whatever they're doing with this, and again, this was just something that I just noticed that he went to his real name as John Cena goes by his real name, and shit like that, like little subtleties like that. I'm very interested what they do with this run with him and what he's doing. Shout outs to Busted Open on his promo there was insane. Um, so yeah, fucking kill it.
True, true.
You don't
I
know
wonder.
me.
It is true because
Yeah,
people will tell you what they think and how you should move, but when you're that close to the business, it's like your word does have a little bit more weight when you say things like that. When you have a show and
yeah,
people listen to you and they go, "Well, yeah, he's right," and it's like you're subtly shifting the way people think about it. It's like, no, man, shut up. This is
yeah.
what we tell you what the real time is. So I get it. I understand.
Nah, I loved it. I fucking loved it. I really loved it. And then I think also like being like straight face and like being like kind of scared of his promo when he did that too, because Natty was kind of very stern and like someone yelling at her kind of thing. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think that they sold it too. Like I thought it worked really well. But this promo was great, and I'm very excited. Again, I'm very interested in seeing what they do with him.
I
Um,
just don't drop the ball. That's
yeah,
all I'm saying.
yeah. Then we got our King of the Ring four way. We got Sami Zayn, Penta, Dominic Mysterio, and Braun Breaker.
That was a solid match. I liked
Very
him.
good, very good. Sami Zayn wins.
Now, wasn't it their own fault? I'm trying to understand because how did how did Bronson let this man win? How did Seth? They didn't get him.
They got oversaturated. They forgot their mission.
Like
Uh,
LA Knight came out,
yeah,
did what he did, but where's Bronson? Where's Seth? Like, I'm just saying, of all the people,
yeah,
this is a man whose ass you beat 2 weeks in a row,
yep,
3 weeks in a row, and they let him win. I'm like, that's my only like
yeah,
little inconsistency in the story.
yeah. I get that. During the commercial break, we got Karrion Cross applauding Sami Zayn for seizing the opportunity. Again, I still want to see if they actually go 100% into that um, down the road. Nikki Bella returns, and Liv Morgan came out, and they had a verbal exchange as well.
And somebody ended up laid out. That's all I know.
Yep,
Why was Liv so damn mad?
she
What?
lost.
What? I
She
guess
lost
she
a
was. She was
match.
just salty. She's just salty.
Yeah,
It's like, damn, this woman is upset.
yeah. And then we go to the main event, which is the World Heavyweight Championship. We got Jey Uso versus Gunther, and Jey Uso loses. New champion, Gunther.
Very solid match. I'm not gonna say unpredictable. It was the you weren't thinking that direction. I would say,
Yeah.
but as far as the match goes, I liked it. It was very good.
Yeah.
I
Um.
appreciate. I appreciate them making the sleeper the focus because that's what lost the man his championship in the first place.
Yeah.
So
I
so
agree.
now they can say you tapped out to Jay when they're saying it to Gunther because they both tapped out.
Yep. Um. It was a short run for Jey Uso, but I thought he was killing him with his title. I know a lot of people will bitch and moan when again he's the big baby face, like oh they're using him too much. But no, he did his thing. He did his job, and everything went with him. He looked great doing it too. Um, could have been longer, but then again, 9 of John Cena's title reigns were less than Jey Uso. So there you go.
But I would put it this way: uh, you can't be somewhere all the time unless they're using you to put in the work. Because then people get mad when you're not
Yeah,
there and you
yeah,
just pop out of nowhere. Where this guy come from?
yeah. It's always something. But then again,
So
again,
that's
they used him well.
so. Uh, I wonder what the temperature will be on Monday. Because
Yeah,
I'm sure he'll show up, right? Will he? Or will you be like Cody and not show up for 2 weeks?
who knows? We'll see. But I thought the match was great. I thought it was a great championship match. But yeah, he lost. New champ Gunther, and also the chase is usually more interesting. So you know he's gonna get back into the chase and try to get a title back. Monette, what will you give it?
A solid B.
I think I'm on a B, like a B minus. I think there's some good storylines going on. I think there was. I just feel like some things just went too fast.
The only thing I was not only thing the story inconsistency with Sammy not being contested in his win with the rest of the Seth faction after they tried to beat his brains in is odd to me.
Yeah,
Um, and then Jay losing. I I told you my main thing was that I still feel like they didn't finish the Roman storyline. Like they
yeah,
pivoted with Seth and his faction, and that disrupted what I think would have been a cool moment for Jay to be face to face with Roman with a championship because he's the one that gave him the name.
yeah.
So he built him all the way up to be the champ, and now he's got no belt now. So
We gotta see where they go with that and his run. We go to NXT, and this is the aftermath of Worlds Collide as well. There was a lot of stuff going on there. First match we got was Ethan Page versus Shauna Legacy. Good match. Page wins.
yeah, that was good. I think that's one of the highlights of the show is there's a lot of good matches.
Yep. We got
And
Nico
then
Van. Oh, good.
wait, and then Ethan Page gets
Yes.
unexpected, but Ricky comes back dressed in all black to beat his ass because he tried to break his trachea or whatever he did. That was disgusting. We ain't talked
Yeah.
about that too much either when they did that whole chair thing.
Yeah. That was
I
a
don't know
neat.
how they did it,
It looks sick.
movie magic, but it was that shit looked very dangerous.
He's selling it well too, so I give it. Yeah, it was really cool. You got Nico Vance and Sean Spears versus Josh Briggers and Yoshiki
Yes, Inamura.
Inamura. Okay, the Culling defeats them with the shenanigans of the rest of the crew.
Yes, it's 3 against 2.
Yep,
So
yep. Uh, we had like a little thing with Lana Reed and JC Jane end up agreeing to defend the title with her. So we had that match coming up. So and then we have
she
Lash.
got slapped twice in the face. Listen, you stabbed me in the face twice. I'm shooting you.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? JC, yeah, you gotta bring the gun to work. Come on.
Yeah. We got Lash Legend versus Rin Sinclair.
And that was from some backstage stuff in the locker room. So we got this match. It was solid. I
Solid.
like it.
We got a video package of Mariah May introducing her new name, Blake Monroe.
And she will be signing her contract next week.
There you go. What else we got? Then we got our championship match. We got well, was it a title match? It was a title match. JC Jane versus Laney Reed.
Hmm.
All right. It was okay.
And she is what from Evolve or
Yes, I learned that she's from Evolve,
okay, gotcha. Cool.
and yeah, she takes the win, and with the help of Fatal Influence.
Yes.
Yeah, they're working as a team until I think
I
Fallon's
mean,
injured.
she keeps talking shots. She
Yeah,
keeps taking shots at her still.
yeah. I think I think she's gonna be the end of her title reign. If the way they're telling the story and little by little she keeps like poking the bear kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think she'll probably be the one to take the title.
The other one's like, why are my two moms fighting?
Yeah. The other one's just like, I guess. And then she sneaks away with the title. It's gonna be a three-way. Tony D'Angelo and Lucas Crusufio versus High Rise. High Rise wins. That's this dude's tag team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was okay.
It was
Story.
more
There
of a
was more
story.
story
Yeah.
stuff.
It
Yeah.
was more story between Luca and the Don.
Yeah. I think we also got backstage stuff with. I forgot to say that the dude that won LFG he chokeslammed Obafemi on the car windshield,
Yeah, he put him right through that shit. Jesus Christ.
and then they line up fighting at the main event, which was Jasper Troy versus Obafemi for the NXT Championship match, and Femi defeats him.
This was a Big E match. It
Yes.
wasn't pretty, but it was hard hitting, and those were two gigantic human beings beating the crap out of each other.
Yep. Good stuff. What do you give NXT?
NXT, I'll give it a B plus.
I go B plus as well. I think it was solid throughout the show, and I think they did good in telling their storylines.
One thing I give credit for: these are majority stories starring the new like challengers.
Yeah,
You got the one was the LFG guy and the one evolved chick in the title scene.
yeah,
So you see how they rotate in and out.
yeah,
Again, a problem they have on the main show.
yeah,
Still,
yeah. I agree. I did watch AEW. Did you watch it?
nope.
I run through it real fast then. We did kick off with Strickland versus Will Ospreay. This ended with Swerve winning, but also going into the Young Bucks about to kick Swerve with the spike sneakers, and
Mm.
Will Ospreay took the hit.
I did see the clip.
Yes.
They look like they did not hold back.
No, they did not. Yeah, Mystico versus Blake Christian. If you don't know who Mystico is, he was the original Sin Cara.
Hmm.
And MJF did bring that up. But Mystico beats Christian. It was an okay match. Hurt Syndicate come out. They attack Commander. MJF rips the mask off of Commander. And there was some story stuff. And he did, again, say this stuff about Kalisto for Mystico.
I think he hurt.
Then they lined up being in a three man tag. It was MJF, Lashley, and Benjamin versus Bailey, Knight, and Dorda. Dorda.
The super dorks,
Yes,
as I call them.
there you go. Yes, they won. MJF having an MVP ish outfit on.
They hurt anybody?
Yeah, I guess they did.
Okay.
They hurt
All
their
right.
feelings. Yeah, John Moxley warning Hangman Page to be in the best shape he is for All In because he's gonna run right through him, and that's exactly what he said. It was a good promo between the two, but yeah, he ended up getting hurt. You had TJ, the return of Tay Mello and Anna Jay versus Megan Bain and Penelope Ford. AJ, Anna and Tay win.
I think that's probably the only match I really want to see, and whatever was going on with Monet
Yeah,
and Tony.
it was solid. It was a good return match for her too. You had the contract signing between Okada and Kenny Omega, and it got interrupted by Don Callis, and then it made they destroyed Kenny Omega and Okada elbow dropped him right in the sternum where Omega was injured, and he kept hitting him there, and he was bleeding. I'm not
Yeah,
crazy about the new title. I think it's kind of plain, but whatever.
I like how it looks. It's
Yeah,
nice and big. It looks important.
yeah.
That's the number one thing. It looks important.
And it has their on the left side. It is the the One Wing Angel, the on the thing, and the other one is the Rainmaker.
I feel like they're gonna have place to come off, or is it that just to
I
simply?
think because it's the first title, I think they putting their finishers on there first.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Then again, it keeps going because there's they did a 4 hour show. So you have Kyle Fletcher versus Anthony Bowens. It was actually pretty solid. Fletcher wins. Yeah, FTR drives chaotic scene and takes shots at Atlantis, which they're doing. They're working with a Mexican wrestling federation in CMML.
Yeah,
So they're working with that.
yeah, but they
Talent,
had that for a
yeah.
minute. Second.
Well, originally it was AAA, and then they lost the agreement, and then they started working with CMML because CMML was working with New Japan as well.
But then they have their people there. That's what I'm saying. Like they
They had
Deuce
a
has
yeah,
that's
but
that's in the other one. Like I'm pretty sure I swore I saw a bunch of them.
for the last year and a half, I think, because they before that year they were working with AAA because that's how Omega had the AAA title as well, and
Okay,
then FTR was the AAA tag champs.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So they were originally agreeing with them to work with AAA, and then CMML was working with them because they started making a relationship with WWE.
Hmm.
Well, they originally made the agreement with TNA, and then it built it stronger with WWE because WWE was working with TNA. So
Gotcha.
yeah, a lot of handshakes going on there.
Hey man, they want money too.
Yeah, man. Timeless Tony Storm versus Julia Hart. Solid match. Storm wins, and then CEO got in, and they did a whole little exchange, and Monet strikes.
They said she ain't smell right. She said, "What you got on today?" I don't
Yeah.
like that.
You got the Collaboration versus MXM Collection and Taya Valkyrie. This was actually a fun match.
Thankfully, it,
So
it made it onto the show.
yeah,
I mean, it would have been a collision match. So
yeah, yeah. It is. It was because this was the second half of the 4 hour show Collision.
yeah,
Bandito versus the Beast Mortos. You know who wins this?
Bandito, because he's a
Yeah.
champ.
Yep. Yep. The Toxic Spider Tequila
Hmm.
versus Tequila versus Queen Animati.
Aminata.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh huh.
yeah. Solid match.
Onomatopoeia.
Yep, solid match.
I these girls with the booty thing, man. Somebody's gonna end up with pink eye. They're gonna get mad at me. They better watch. They better watch, and
Yeah.
they better watch out.
Yep,
You
yep.
better stop that. Close your eyes.
And then the main event, which was kind of lackluster. I didn't. I was kind of off by it. I was kind of like losing interest by this time. So it was Don Callis family versus Danny Garcia and the Paragon. It it is what it is. But the Don Callis family win.
All right. All
And
right.
they had Herchinko in that team as well. So I guess he became the family. He's their cousin from Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That whole collaboration, I'll give a C plus. It had really good stuff here and there, but the rest of the show was again the 4 hour stuff. Really did not need to have, especially as one long thing. But there's some really good highlights with the storylines. I like what they're doing with Hangman and Moxley. It seems interesting. Swerve. It seems like the Young Bucks and Swerve and Osprey going on tagging and fighting the Young Bucks. It looks like that's where it's gonna go with that. Um, there's some interesting stuff there, but I think the women's division is the most interesting thing in AEW. They gotten some new talent. They're getting more faces on TV. And then Monet and Tony Storm. Sadly, they both they both have main titles, but their rivalry is actually very interesting. So, see where that goes. Because seeing that they have two main titles, they're both occupied because they're rivaling each other. So no one else is fighting for those titles. Um, so that's the only thing. Beyond that, it's great. And again, their women's division is building, and they're actually getting more time with each other. So there you
Okay.
go.
Okay.
SmackDown. I did watch TNA, but I don't have the whole thing remembered, so I'm not gonna review it because I don't remember the whole show.
I watched the pay-per-view that they put on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So that was basically last week, or was
Yeah,
it the
last Friday.
same
Last Friday.
last Friday?
Yeah,
Yes. I wanted to shout out Ali versus the guy from his group.
that was good. I did see
That was
that.
a that was a very good match. That was real good. And
Um,
then Lei Ying versus Masha was
you was
actually
telling
real
me
good.
that was good. I didn't get to watch that one yet.
Hmm.
I gotta watch that. One thing I will say, Brian Myers and Matt Cardona had his face to face.
On the regular show.
Yeah, it looks like Cardona's going babyface.
I mean, it could be a trick.
Yeah, it could be a trick. I won't pass it from him. Anyway, we go to Friday Night SmackDown, and we kick off with Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and John Cena and LA Knight. All
That was amazing. LA
that was
Knight
great.
killed. LA Knight killed it. I love that.
And then when John Cena was leaving, Ron Killings comes and beats his ass.
I loved it. I hope everywhere he goes, he just comes and beats his ass.
It's go time every time. This lines up into a four-way match for King of the Ring qualifier is Randy Orton, LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, and Aleister Black. Randy Orton wins.
Solid match. Solid match. I think this one was better than the second one. I like
Yeah.
this one a lot.
You got the women's side. You got Jade Cargill. She defeats Nia Jax, Mi Chen, and Piper Nevins.
Shout outs to that the commentary desk. Yeah, had some action on Friday. Jay Cargill went flying. Damian Priest went flying. Mad people got going on.
It was a good
Um,
match, too.
it
Very good
was good.
match.
Yeah, yeah, it was solid. Jay wins.
Yes. Naomi threatens to cash in on Tiffany Stratton, as she should.
I mean, she reminded everybody and me what happened. I forgot that
Yeah,
she was a pain in the ass every time
yeah, every
somebody tried
single
to.
time.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Again, look, hold on. This is what I was talking about, though. See how they put Tiffy in that light, like she's a good guy. Like she's never good.
Yeah,
She was an asshole the entire time.
yeah, true.
Kind of like the opposite of Seth. Seth isn't a bad guy. He told you what he wants to do, man. He's not bad.
Yeah.
Just saying. Just saying.
We got TV time with the Wyatt Six versus the Motor City Machine Guns.
So then they had like a little promo,
Yes.
and then they had the match where Howdy was outside. Everybody's good.
Solid.
I think as long as they rotate the teams, don't let it just be those two.
Yeah.
Because I want the big guy. I want him killing people, not
Yeah.
just standing outside the ring with the hammer.
Yeah. He's scary though.
This is true. This is true.
We got our other four-way match. We got Alexa Bliss defeats Charlotte Flair, Elbow Fire. That was a whole thing with Chelsea Green.
The pictures on the beach. Well,
Yeah, but saying that she was not clear to wrestle.
that's pretty funny.
So Fire took her spot and Candice LeRae. Solid match. Like how they kind of told the story between Charlotte and Alexa. They've been kind of back and forth with each other. And while Charlotte had the figure eight, Alexa Bliss catches the Sister Abigail and gets the pinfall because Alba Fire didn't tap until after the 3 count.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Alexa advances. Then we got for another four-way, we got Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus Andrade.
Yeah, solid match.
Very solid.
Um, I don't know how I feel about Nakamura getting pinned, but whatever. Just saying.
Yeah, and no missed.
No missed at all. No cheat. He didn't even cheat.
He didn't try to cheat. He didn't try to low blow anybody.
Yeah, is that no dick kick city? Come on,
Nope,
man.
nope. Solid match. Cody Rhodes wins, so he'll be fighting the winner of next week's Monday Night Raw is 4-way, which they did mention on this show that Jey Uso will be the fourth person on that match. So it's Sheamus versus Rusev versus Jey Uso, and there's one more person I can't think of. No, not Dom. Dom got eliminated already. What's the other one? There's one more. I'll tell you right now because I had it mentioned it to Josh.
They have the picture. I don't know.
Yeah, they do have a picture. I think I sent it to you.
Okay.
Oh, Bronson Reed.
Gotcha.
I knew it was another big person. I just couldn't think of who it was. So yeah, Bronson Reed versus Jey Uso versus Sheamus versus
Rusev.
Versus
And
Jey Uso. Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus.
Jey Uso's gonna die.
Jesus Christ.
That's not the match I want. I'm like, God damn.
You gotta get through. You gotta get through the monsters. Shit.
Yeah, man. Just stay out the ring. Let them fight. Just stay out the ring. SmackDown, what you give it?
SmackDown, I give it B plus. For some reason, the show it flowed better. I like the Ron Killings just popping out like a madman. I like the promos with Cena, CM Punk. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. I like the women's 4-way. I thought was very good, and the first men's 4-way of the night I thought was great.
Yeah. Some fun stuff. I think I'll go B. I think it's just like there's some parts of the show just felt really long, but it was solid.
You know what I'd say? I noticed for the version of the show I end up seeing, and I think I know what ends up padding up out the time.
Yeah.
Is the minutes between where they're supposed to have the commercial breaks.
Oh, okay.
And they mute it.
Yeah.
And the fact that that's now you see that, I think that pads out the time.
Oh, okay.
When it would be commercials.
Oh, okay. All right. That's our week in wrestling. Next we have podcasts you listen to. I did not catch. The only one I heard was the R-Truth one. Ron Killings. I know. Chris Van Vliet. He had Gene Snitsky and James Storm on. I think
the Snitsky one I heard some of. That was really good. That's fasty.
Which one?
It's Snitsky.
I didn't get to listen to that one.
He's a funny dude.
Yeah, I got to check out that one.
I think he knows Cardona. I think they mentioned. Well, he's not like one of their guys, but I think they know him.
Yeah.
Like know him. So there's some funny stories about him.
Yeah. Chauncey was on that. I heard 2 podcasts with Chauncey on it. The other one was this dude Errol Hewen show.
Oh, that's Helwani.
Yeah. Helwani show.
The bald guy.
Yeah, he was on there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also had Chelsea Green on Lightweight's podcast, which was pretty good as well. But I also listened to Busted Open with R-Truth. Ron Killings. Get his name.
The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yeah. That was actually, again, like I said, that was actually really, really good to watch because, again, he looks like he's actually like going mad and it looks like he's gonna headbutt people to the TV screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I listened to. What else? We got our wrestling retrospect. Who is your pick?
Now, because of AAA and Mr. Iguana and him being in some of the matches I watched, I need to see Nino Hamburguesa.
Nino Hamburguesa. Nino Hamburguesa it is. Alright, so that'll be our next wrestling retrospect. And we'll wrap this show up. This is the Wrestling Babble Podcast. Thank you for listening. Follow us on all social medias. You have Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitch, TikTok. All Mark with the Mic. Also follow Red Link.
Yes, sir. Follow us anywhere and everywhere. Recycle Inc. That is Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spotify.
Yep, yep,
And we have a WordPress.
yep,
Check it
yep.
out.
Peace out.